Revival TV yamagara omubujire endajika ni kumeza roburisha mwenda kandi inside headlines of course clever hatwebe mbire na ire niko turatambe tuzuriko twatamu tutwago umustyle musibira kurunji mukurice owe mwami ile na mugenzi we Elvin kandi of course niko twatamu tukorije
na Andrew wajangu mukurice yo wa ile Alright, ntuba turi ababiri nkabutosha Revival TV amagaro mbwijurire cyano nebere bibirashatu nebiri na program nyamurunje ya Inside Headlines twabatangirira kandi twabashemerwa mwebare imwasiba numutahengaro mazima ntugisabira ntugisimira abwembabazi zarahanga bo twija nebikuru makuru twija nturonda makuru ntukuretera makuru agagwaho nko muco gwitu ntubanza mu cyanga cyawe mu district yawe mu ihangari yawe twetorora nangwa tuza umbaneiba tubasa kuba ntureba ebyabayo tugendera kimwe tutemba kajugujugu tugendera kimwe omahanga gatari gamwe na gamwe ageseri yamayanja tubasa kuba ntukuretera amakuru aho tari itwenka Inside Headlines nababiri Clever na Eri mazima ntubatorho ogakwisiyaho
Okay, twagwa mutusyo muri ugo mutano now twaza kutandikana na National Resistance Movement hinebi yagamba ebyo bururu tribunal hari hechi bata yagamba ni bata no ogo no owenshonga bareta owenshonga zebyo bururu tribunal actually ni lawyer wa ni lawyer wa National Resistance Movement kandi ahabonshonga yakachiko kabariya abajire okwiba abubibira hakaruru abo mbwenu riko twatamutsa kuba baretera muhurire so far emishago ri kwingana 80 and above yamazire okubaneshomwa okubanesindikirwa aha email nitsa kubareta tubyine bingi muno ngaha kandi mbwenu tubene tubagambira aha ekintu kikwatena ni heri ya Uganda mpora na tubyine ebiri kongeraho ebiri kusingaho nitsa kubibahereza of course okujanga umongere kwetegereza enshonga neha eri munegenda omumisho okwe twarugeze
nkahi tubatwine mingi twine aga Asiva Aviation abana bakozi abukora acayi cyenyoni bargayo kinana babasa kubana bingo mukachiko akakosase bajya mugende amakuru gona mazima ya leta kandi twayambuka iheria South area Sudan empango ijo tukakuretera amakuru agakoreka ngo babasize kuba
United
Arab European Union kabasa kuba nesindika iheria ba machinari bakatera mbunda abaye kushashurwa babasa kuba batere nyonya amakuru tugariya kandi president wa United Arab Emirates ahungambira enkito azitire muyayorekera mu kibuga Moscow ecyo mwami Putin yahereze kwika Moscow kuganira nshonga zitari na zimwe gariya hameza
twaruga yokwe nza kuba nitwereka uko Putin yayongera kuganira na India ecyo kugira ngo mwenu Putin ngo yareka India ecyo ni mukibiyo we nahereza ari kugira ati India ekamberaho oburi hanga ryona na buri mwebemeze wena yabira atakunyendeza atakunyenda yamberaho na inita kubaberaho yijuka Trump ari munayongera kunyiga aho twahiza kwiziraha na nizo atukuruga hizo wari yanywe bazo tubagambire ngo omushoro ogu Trump atire ha India gwingano bucweka 50 hariga na bwedu twatandika Israeli
yahereze kurgayo ekarangira nguneza kubane kwate kibuga Gaza nangwa na Palestine kutwara ramwe ne controllinga konkana ba Hamas nabo bargayo bagarika mu Israeli no busungu bwinji ine bagamba byona birya bambu basize kubana babuza Donald Trump no bamubuza konka to kumisingo mwami Elon Musk Trump nawe yagabasa kubana garra omuro
ebe byatugenda babatangirira abari ha YouTube twashemererwa mwebare okuturanza mwebare okututega mwebare kureba enshonge biri kufa omucanga cyawe nite tuyire kugira ngo tubahereze tutandikana na program na of course aha kamera tuineho omwami katama mwete ata yes kandi na mu byoma
na kamera
uri kubitebekanisa Trump yachekwa Onesimus so tusimbure mbarasi
twatandiko obwo tribunal izoba eryanyumwa abasiwe basize kubanergayo ne tugambira kurabira umugambirizo wayo ningasho rukura kachikwa ka tribunal ka NRM omwami barata yarga yatugambira ngo babasize kubana bashitamo umushonga zakachikwa ko ka tribunal ababasize kubana bareta petition barukababira ngo akaruru kabo ine nko kubabasize kubana bakakwatamu akabasize kubana katerwa ebiro 17 byo kwezo kwahwire konka umwami barata natugira ati emishango 80 bahereze kugitosa bagisere ngo mbase kuba numugenda no mwesotinga amazima karuru kanyu no shatu karabasize kuba nikakwatwamo katumurebe.
First 46 decisions, and since last night has been serving them electronically. I think most of them have been served electronically, if not all. However, we have also had people since last evening who were coming in to receive physical copies of their rulings, and those rulings are being given to them. There is obviously a little bit of waiting time because we have to reallocate some of our staff to the photocopying and the serving of those documents, and the serving is also a very fairly formal process because we need some acknowledgement of sorts. So yes, all the decisions that were delivered yesterday have been served electronically and are being served physically for those who have come with them. I think there were some delays for some people, and that we regret those delays for some people who came here physically to receive and maybe had to wait for a bit more time. That is regrettable. We apologize, but I have been assured that the speed will improve very much. I think they have dedicated 2 people now to handle just the service physically and so on and so forth.
We were getting 46 petitions per day, but now we're seeing the list coming out of the ruling 46.
Yes. If you look at if you look at the list, you have some consolidations. Now there were some petitions that were had from a specific constituency, for example, but they had not been consolidated with others that were had later. So the decision that was the matter that was had first from that constituency is withheld until the other ones are also ready to deliver. Then they will deliver all of them. So that accounts for some of the numbers that are up and down. But also there are those which might have been heard earliest and might delay for one reason or the other. And I'm sure that also has been communicated. Each of those people who did not get a ruling which they were supposed to have gotten yesterday, there has been another email sent out explaining to them the delay at when they will get that ruling.
Council, now that you have delivered these rulings to the recipients, can you help us and break down the rulings that you delivered yesterday? You tell us which ruling which petitioners have won, whether you have overturned some wins. Get us the details, because yesterday you gave us scanty information.
Also, Council, is there another batch that has been delivered today?
I expect there will be another batch delivered later this afternoon or early evening. I don't know, maybe by 6 o'clock I expect. But we shall see about that. But I'm sure there will be a batch delivered later. Yes. About what is contained in those decisions, I can't tell you offhand for all of them, but I can remember a few obvious ones. I think there is a Miss Honorable Arswaka in Butaleja. He was confirmed. He was petitioned by about 4 people, but he was found to have won fairly and squarely. There was also a petition on General Tumukunde. I think I have read that one. It was saying that he is not a member of the NRM, or that he had left the NRM. The tribunal found that he had returned to the NRM properly during the registration exercise, so his victory was confirmed. There was also a controversial one from Hoima Woman MP, where there had been multiple declarations of winners, and I think the tribunal confirmed one winner for that constituency. I think it was Wembaba's Harriet or somebody like that, if I am not mistaken. Somebody, you can check the list, as I say. So they have confirmed the actual ones, and there were several others. As you can see, they all had their controversial points, but those have been resolved.
Council, we understand the president who appointed the commission, the chairperson.
Nuogo kanso barata kushobora nshonge ziriyo zigenda umisho yatorekayo nangwa na kuno mu western bahereze kubana batera mutoki nibashencura mbareba wakasinjira noha uri kubeherera mugenzi we noha twarebaho n'inshonga yakuriya umwami tumukunde obabire mbagira ngo akabasa kuba narwo mwe naremburiya mukarura kahwire akenkumi barabira nagumwe akuyabase kuba nayija nka
independent
simba yes haya yesimbira akaba president umwami Kreba
so
njawahura
presidential candidate hati owabyire kuhaba biroriya akata kumwababira kugira ngo yamwiba waza kwetegeza mu bigambo bari kugamba akata kumwababira ngo yamwiba wakamwababira kugira ngo yamusinga kuko nawe yamusinga ati waye ni arayemu hati by the way ekintu kishoboroka je
kosi cyargayo kikabakabasa kubana bamushaza mutu wa inarayimu automatically
uriya naba yataha now atkunda niwe yabira yeshisimbire na tumukunde atkunda tumukunde tumukunde atkunda ningashi atkunda tumukunde ati nkecho wano enda ko uriyo muntu uri kushukunda rahanga na atkunda ruhanga na atkunda mweni cyo tujechi tumukunde bakabashime kwani batambura hamwe atkunda tumukunde atkunda ka hababire tumukunde ngu omujijogu tiwe kibina cha National Resistance Movement aha bwenchi ngo haboko akesimba yijari independent hati ntinkumanya atkunda ninjanga akashoberwa ogu mushata aragire mu kibina cona
noreba umuntu yaza kutabaza nayitorora hansi tukareba ntubana tugamba hakaruru kakawembe nore naye uriya umukaza nambi akitorora ahare yayizira akantu akace
yagumana akatembera ukazara
cyangwa akatembera ukabasa kuzari cyangwa tunogu nareterwaha tukareba abantu binjene bamuyiha ijo ogu Robert Mugabe umutembuzi wa kitagwenda tukamureba nayiho LC5 babu kugira ngo akatine barha zo bwegese kuja akaruru oriya bakaba musingere uwagireho wa birari LC5 wa kitagwenda akari no wa FDC konka kujanwe yatabarize babasa kubana bashazamo wa NRM konko kana atabariza electoral commission babasa kubana bamushazamu oguyaba chairman ikisange myaka 5
konka tinyine shonga no kugira ngo leta hari nyoti nyine shonga naco konka na washime kubanza yacondoza ogukora yizira independent tihino bwakafubure wo kugira ngo akazo mu kibine kindi ninga karugo mu kibine ki twine ba independent abari leaning
yes
mwenche okuno akashishe cha n'ubwire bwe ne senteze kuza kugira ngo munaza kwa biro
ekirungi nore natugira ngo basize kubana bagire bamwe nshonga nibashanga ngogu omurecent baba updating aina rime register nubwo obuyagaruka akabasa kuba nazamu
na register gire mu mbwe kimanyisa tumukunde akaba mugezi ko ari geno yabo mugezi ti yaba nkembwa no manyembwa embwa kija kwesimba kuno bashaka kuriya ekiriyo mu bitabo kandi kunuya naenda kwesimba kuri tarasangwire
go agende
na updating so chayanga mwenu ningira ngo this time bari kwenda kwija independent nija kurara ya sorting yamanya ngo nshonga nebasa kureta kutuma atatunga karuru ninga bamuzibira now atkunda we akanagira ngo tikine shonga okumusinga konka akayizire abo kwa tumukunde akaba yino bururu 15 wakireba kandi ogono wayesimbireho 2021 then atkunda
abantu bacyabo 10 shanene mitwari
10 atkunda claimed tumukunde who polled 15 kugira ngo was not an NRM member kale ariko yeka ngo 2021 akaba ari yarugiremo konkati barata yakishoboraje kugira ngo akija yagarukamo obwire bwo akamanya ngo kibina n'icyango tayine ngo kubasa kukibasa now owabira mwiziro wa kabiri rutahirwa no yabira ari incumbent wakatungiro burure 2026 wareba tiya petitioninga yikiriza ko musingire hato wakariyo wakashatu akaba ino bururu obaka ino bururu bungahe ningira ka ino bururu 10 na rukaga no muhireho hati bakatiro rutahirwa so konka twarebe nshonga ze zikaze zo kujya kunanka kugira ngo akatari wa NRM nawo ekinayenda ngambeho aba bantu ndikumanya asa nibo no shongo biruriyo habwenti mutamuburize kubarabe bagizire ngo tubibahere tubigambe bakabireto mu makuru mu mahurire ngo tugambira abantu tubagambira ibintu biri mu bigendo umisho ahabwenco kutera karuru okushoma ebirugiremo abenshi bari kubishereka batari kubituhereza nicyo tukabimanya nora okubamubuza akatana yakubitinga about the bush itari sure abenshi batakubituhereza bakabito mu papura bakabito bikabaga ZTD mu NRM tukabimanya okuba bishazi
of course one babasa kubana barigayo no bagendera on faces akuba yatugira ngo yo kubanza nege y'umushango anana mukaga basi kubanerebwa burukustama ine mishango iba kubasa kubana barebamo so imishango yona kwera bicombine baheza buri kimwe cyona ninjira nubo baragaritse baketa umwami athakatama bakabasa kubana batureke nshonga birigiremo bukose ni nyinge shonga ba MP binja ba petition injire tukarebera amazina gabo kandi n'imishango iba basize kubana ureba kanso barata yabasa kubana arigayo naturika imishango yatushomera ke imishango ishatu ena yana tugambera so imishango ni minje nana mukaga
imishango nabari kutureba imishango ni minji kandi twaturya tukushoma amazina ngaba petitioningire nabo ba petitioningireho abayibira karuru babihandikira konko kushara umushango kugira ngo umushango ugu ile abira habirwe clever now ile twagubinga habwenshongezi nezi tiba kuchikora
kashaka tugambire clever bullet hatka wagirebe yatumukunde arikurgaya kugira tumushango tubasize kubantu tugubinga ahabwe aho kugira ngo tucondoreze
buhandikirwe kai bihandikirwe kai
wenoke no byendo
abo kwaho batabimubuza twatakuza kucimanya aho mutamubuzo mushije ngo twatakuza kucimanya batugambire bajengu nanka bakagira bakabingwa ahabwe cinshonga neji
nore nawe yayenda go banka kote nkure ya supreme bitutegerize erizoba insharamu ya Dr.
Shayi kumitsa kubireba
nawe yagira ati electronically mugende nsa kubantu abataka tungere insharamu muza kubana mugitunga amasi mugana
tubitegereze babinjirana na mukaga ejo bajibinga kimayisa ngo abo babinjira abantu baba ngo babibire eco cyabo cyuhire abo babiri bakuhababira ngo babibire abo babahamize
ngabutware natugambira ba Arieti yagira ngo gwa basize kubana asinga jya karure bamuhababire bashangira ngo tubiribyo nawe yagenda yaza kujaguza yahona tyo
bino nebaza konka cyumanya opposition I mean independent nebaza kukanya umuntu we naza kugira ati bimushazire tibiri mu makuru nyowe kanje independent
kirungi cyaye naremwe kataha kaciko yandi tukareba aho ba MP batari bamwe nabamwe bajyangu bagesiga kure kindi cyona mwe katugire mbabasha kuba nibargayo nibesiga nsharamu ya tribunal ekera base kubanesha ramu kanye sije ngo ba member parliament ababasize kubana ba petitioninga nabatwara ukwetombu yitwa kwabo umu tribunal ekibarasha remu bagenda nacyo
okay okatwarugayo tuzeka
twarugayo nayo neshonga niyemwe ekiriyo mu parliament akakiko bukiko nubushitama bwira bwashesha ahanshonga stari zimwe nazo mwisho nkorwa kashatu rwa kabiri
rizano rwa kashanu izo rwa kashatu
yes rwa kashatu nafutwarebere ko sase nabonesha tama nezo mu nshonga za Comparacité autorité KCCA aho twarebere umwami rukwago nargayo narumiriza Jennifer Musisi wabiriho mukuru w'ikiboga Kampala na Jat Mazima buri kimwe sente naki cyagenzero mu kitezi mu kibuze umucyarakazi Jennifer Musisa kuba akasente akabasa kubanosha nakakwata mukuba yarigeraho izoberi yanyuma abazyo bagenda batandika kucinya urukura Uganda Aviation kinekikura ibishayi byenyonyi buri kimwe cyono mu byayi byenyonye naki nicyo kikubasa kuba bakikura
aza enyimaho tutaka nankata kizire muno jika kosese ekabanzibwamu wajibandizemu akaba leader of opposition now Joel Senyonyi ya akaba ari kace kubinga ninga shikubingisa Bamuturaki ori CEO wa civil aviation
nabwa mpapura
aha nshonga z'empapura
ngo waswaswa nabyo bikagenda
bas hati mwenu kuyahonire hati rebo ogu ogirimu orimu owakosesa of course right now ni segona omunyishengero w'abantu ba Busiro now hati reka turebe ibintu bari kugamba tubyetegereze rero
kinana bayereze kuba babingwa
bamaze ka tubihurikize kurungi tugende mu misho sindika mbarasi.
Check to that. For what was the role of who? Honorable Chair and the members of the committee of COSASE, that question has 4 parts, as you have said. Why did it take long to take to that? The role of who did that, probably in civil aviation, why it had to take the intervention of the president. Who are they and where are they right now, and on what terms? Have I summarized it properly? Yes, starting with the first question, Honorable Chair. First of all, let me say this. In our day-to-day work at the authority, we try to look into ourselves as we prepare for the next phase or the next strategic planning period as guided by both the country but also by the civil aviation, global civil aviation. And in so doing, the human resource capacity is always at the center of all our activities, both now and preparing the human resource capacity for the future, for the challenges of the future of civil aviation authority. So we started actually assessing the qualifications of people. Ourselves, I must emphasize, ourselves, this was an internally generated exercise. So we looked at our own staff ever since the inception of the UCAA in 1991. Because that is one of our strategic objectives as CAA, to build strong institutional capacity to face the future of aviation. Because as you know, the aviation has quite a lot of challenges for the future. So we started. It is also true that over the years, and not just CAA, everybody, we recruit without really caring to go into the institutions. So, but we have always done that all the time because there are types of recruitment. There are those we recruit at CAA. There are also those we get on secondment from other institutions. So, but this time around, we wanted to assess completely and went in slowly to look for these details ourselves, not the... So, I am answering a question here. Why did it take so long? It did not take so long, actually. It took an appropriate time because we had to check everybody. It is the first time we are doing it in the history of the organization. So we assessed from institutions, and it takes, of course, if you say it takes so long, it takes so long to go into different institutions. You see, if you meet a person who is at a certain level, they have been to A level, they have been to O level, some have been to universities, some have been tertiary institutions. So we had to go to all those places. Just in many of the cases, actually, we found what they gave us was true, was okay. In other cases, what they came with were okay, but the subsequent requirements were a little bit tampered with. I have those details. Yes. So, once we got them, then we had to undergo, you know, even when you get that evidence, you must give a create a due process, fair hearing, and so on and so forth. So when we are still doing that, almost reaching the end, so one person, somebody, took the matter to the president. So the intervention of the president actually came at the tail end. Someone ran with it and put it there, as if they are the ones who had actually pointed it out. Actually, the process had been going on.
Was this an internal staff?
We can't know, Honorable Chair. We wouldn't know.
Then how do you know someone went and tipped the president?
How else? Because we never wrote a report.
Oh, you are joking with the president, with that one.
No. We never wrote, but someone informed the president.
Okay.
I don't know under what ways. And I want to believe really that the president was well intentioned to ask questions about this. So, when the letter
Yes,
came,
on this one he was.
yes, well, right. So when the matter came, it came and found us almost at the tail end. And we were, of course, naturally we had almost completed those process of giving them a fair hearing, whether they had anything to say, whether they had new papers, and quite a number of them actually presented genuine papers. About 4 people did. So the number actually was not 152. The number was 82 people. I want also to correct that. Because we went through it. And these 82 people, after undergoing a full disciplinary process, where issues of hearing their side of the story were also, of course, considered. Then we go to 82. These 82 also included some numbers in the seconded staff from other institutions. So we were able to deal with them as per...
One would want to know, like, which institutions would second and under what circumstances.
We get secondments from the military, got secondments from police, and ISO, especially in security. We always get this. So, at the end of the day, we, in accordance with our terms and conditions of service, of course, uttering a false document is a criminal matter. And we simply, our terms say, once you get those people, you dismiss them, even without any terminal benefits. And that's what we did for to those who are coming from other institutions, because we do not employ them. We gave our views and sent them back to those institutions. They are the ones to handle their employment terms. That's what we did when I was changed. And frankly, it is a matter that we did genuinely ourselves, just like we do with other things of irregularities, like corruption, like disciplining other people, those we catch, doing other things like probably conniving with passengers. That's what we are doing, to clean up and move into another era of strengthening the institutional capacity. That's what we did. And we have explained that several times, and we continue to explain it. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Rambi, Honorable Nangoli.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I just wanted clarification from the D.
Urebuza urokweshoboreraho. So Patrick Okabriapu ningira ngo arimo nageze kushoborora ecyabiro koko, of course at the end of the day tibakabura kwata menshobi abantu kwestama kuchondoza enshobi zigira ki ziboneka
wana because twarebaho nargaye nagira ati bwanyuma ya president ku intervening ngo mushongeza abo kuba nujika president akargaye yarabira mu kutugwe gwa Twitter yahandika ari kugira ati ba staff abuyazire bine kuchondozebwa ikitongore kikine kuzamu kikato chondozebwa kikareba bamwe bakija bata ibahandiko bine bari kwingana ki ninga bikabirgamba no guso okutaha mu mushongezo kandi aho byagire kwenderera naho kurebera abantu kinana na babiri plus bakabasa kubanu bazumuka kiko nibachondozebwa nibasha konke kibuze cyamani bakisegone cyanabuza ogwo akakiko
ya chairperson
wakosasi yanabuza tabwenchi cha delay yinjira babantu bariyo barya sente za government batwire bari mukuza kusiyo bubwire buwona
nyo kinareba harimu abagamba nubwo rero kugezaho kucirira aharubaju yagamba two sides two types emiringo ebiri bari kwakira abakozi harimu abaside bari kwakira n'abandi bari kubasindikira kimanyisa umuntu uri kubagizira ati iroko gende tukuhereze ninga iroko gende bakuhe ogo bari kusindikira ubasindikira takuza kubuza bingi kimanyisa tuba kwenda kutushoborora konkani kirebeka kurugero ko yagamba ngo turemirungu ebire ahayaringa abakozi harima eri kukorwa bari kutusindikira na nabo turi kwecekingira tukareba ngo twakebera A to Z kimanyisa ngo aba bari kwecekingira nibo bantu abari kutekateka bari kukakasa bari kubasa kukakasa kajya ati nyowe nkestamira ngo kuyakigamba ngo bakestamira bayechekingira bayecheberera documents bayecheberera buri kimwe hataho nari kugira ati ababo namanya ngo bari genuine konka baba bari kubasindikira ni kirebeka tiba kubachebera baketegereza documents zabo bakazetegereza mwenu barimu akurugira ari akariyap harimo abantu bari kubugana bakakora nabo batabanze kubaceba
mwene bingi ebikwebuza aha civil aviation obwiro bwingi nkebe bintu kebyo ukabere no buyebuza nibagendera ki qualifications zabaziriziya ezo kwikereza umuntu kubasa kubanaza mu civil aviation nebintu bingi ebine kubana byebuza aha kitongore cyo nkekenyonyo because harimo ibintu bingi naki nibabiriye ibintu bingi bikora mu civil aviation konka wana ureba because president okuchondoza kwebyona bikija bwa nyuma ya president okutamu bambegabe akachondoza kitongore ecyo akareba uvuyo oburyake bukeneze buryo mu kitongore ecyo gamba no gorumu abarukubasa kubana bahibwa umurumo nasindwa Clever nasindwa eri nwe yabasa kubana antuma wagambire nawe no uturamu no koramu so ukashanga ibintu nkebyo biryo mu kitongore kana ninjera Clever wasa kureba ibitongore nyamwinje mazima tekichonka waza kushizima ibitongore nangwa nebikwata bude bya police waza kuza mukashanga abine mpapura mazima na nembare abo kuba tukareba ho nangwa naba superintendent of police yashira idara nkeryo konko kareba nibabasa kubana bamwihamu mbagira ngo mpapure bwabasi kubana utahamu omahe police bikabigwire injira buri kitongore cyona kine kubana ikicondoze bwaje
tinkumanya oba Patrick abwenci ari wari munabuzi bw'ibibuzo byona tinkumanya nshonga no yaba ogu ihine nkoku abo kubatiwe tiwe executive tiwe CEO ntumanya nka Jennifer bamuturachi
umucharo mananga bamweta Mr Fred ke bamwesije
uri kuzo mu bigerebi tinkumanya ogu abwenci ari bari muri bakatikani ninja niwe wa human resource kugira ngo nomenye departments bitongone ke bintu byine departments uri kuhayaringa ningira ngo akariyap ningira ngo nipa ne umwe bari kuhayaringa then bamuturacina na bamwesije ningira mponi bandi bija hanyuma byamara kushoba
Clever tukabasa kwihaho ningashe ntubasa kwatuta amagezi government mazima okurwanisa ukose ubu no burwenguze corruption kubasa kubana wahayaringa umuntu utari qualified ahantebe ukose tukabarebaho n'amarwaro Ministry of Health Nigeria harimo some ghost workers some ghost hospitals of my district buramwe hona oshanga uriya masema tarashomere kineki konka atungira umuntu shobobo gutaruko konko washomerire ushanga umuntu mugwa tagwina
ninjira ekinteki kigumire abo kwa nkagize nti omuntu ashime kwa kwemanya kugira ati nyowe bazima tindi qualified for this they can't check konka kigumire echo omuntu takachiro gakajya at Clever mwene nyo mugurusi tinchiza aha Revival TV ahabo kuba tinshomerire kigumire konka twaba ko kugira ngo no koresa kintu kire experience yo muntu ayine tinkumanya uri kunyetegereza omuntu nabasa kugira experience asingana nogu owachomire
or
qualified yecho abo kugira ngo ashomera yine bitabo bi kandi experience nibaje ngo the best teacher mwena umponi muni ndonda abantu aba katwetegereza kimwe irena nabari kutureba bakozire mirimo etari yo bakugikora mu muringo gutari gwe ahabo kugira ngo tibari qualified ninga tibari tibari qualified konke imirimo nibagikora
ate iki kintu by the way tukumanya bwinshi cyaresera okuinterveninga nkakosa sinane bitongore byo kucondoza konka ubwire yafucyaretire one hakabanza haza ho burwenguzo mu kitongore cya civil aviation sente nyamwingi zikazubura so yaho president nawe yabasize kubana interveningera ebintu byona bikabasa
iyo tazahari mwenu okutaba qualified nicyarese kutume sente zabura batamu bashanga batashomire
Pinkumanya.
Ati sine kakwate. Tihina uchakwata gani. Na qualified.
Ubutagira mpapara.
Tibyine mkakwate. Kimanyisa ngo hariho nabandi abari kore binte biri bye mutakagiremo bakore biri byo konka batari qualified. So twikirize ngo uko awakigambira bindi nibakore mirimo batari qualified. Konka cyamara gukora umuringo ogutasheme kwa nikikorwamu. Obwa qualification bwawe obutagira qualifications niho bukwizira. Ati nyonyenda ngo tugire tuti abarabe bari kuncekinga bo mu mutima gwabo abaraye nibembere bitongo rebi mu mutima gwabo babanze be convicting nyowe impikirire nyowe at qualification zanje zirizita manyare kangambire hariho nabandi bari muri babacondoza bari kucondoza aba nabo qualification zabo zitarizo
nabo bonyine
abari muri bacondoza
the hunter
is now ni hunter mwene is hunted
omwiji nawo nayigwa
inahigwa
nawo wenkata shiri
nyonye nawo umutima banze oyerebe oyeshijume babitaha nibingende cyaraje am I real
kukanye we byona kanindeba nibiyetorora kintu kimwe oburwenguzi corruption abo kuba noza kuba uryaha nyije sakasenti uriya kwate miliyoni 5 10 mpomoro
kashino jama tukutaha hati nicecho manyi
tukuza kufayo no kukebera
exactly hati obutabanza wayeshijuma kureba ngo iyo waza kumuha umurimo wayenda ki hati cyo nimbasa kuba ntari qualified konka abo kugira ngo ine cyo kwenda you don't check utokuza kubifa hebi so ereka tubane turebe tubanze icyo turebe turi halayini kunda abenta kukunde buri bwenguzi ndakuna ngo umuntu abanza je ciyampa kimanyisa ninza kufa bintu okwari qualifications ze konga wakora kugira ngo ile ninye nangu naza kugira kinatunga naza kugira waza kumpa umurimo banze je kinakuha ebya qualification toragire ki torabize
president naza kubatashyikire kugira ngo abase kuba na leta bitongora ibyamahibi yona bizo mu institutions nabyo biri safe
mwende byo ati that journal byo biri safe hati wajya ngo superintendent of police akayika kwanuka kuriya bashanga bitari byo niyo tinkureba niyo ningira ngo umuntu mu mutima gwe abari we yayi atko oshare muri
kunesi yawe
yes konkanyo tinshimira kwa ninkoro muri mogu indication no gukora ntayikirire ninga ntine qualifications for example go mu byamagara people nibaze mu byamagara ushaka gutera umuntu empitirizo
atwo kumuhumura mu akafutugira akabasa kuba nakitera nakitatera kikatuma
umuntu akabumuremo
umwana wawe wakora n'abandi kuko baragura umunyabuzare wawe umwana wawe nyoko buryo
wawambuze ngo tubasa kuchikora tuta teine kuturakikore omuntu yabo umuntu munya Uganda omuntu wenyine atakubasa kujya tinyowe tindazo muri kintu abo kwatinshimire kuba ninchikora abo niko tabarwa basonitsa ku materialize you never know ne basa kushoza rukarara rw'amazina agutora leta tukashoma iri tugaleta tugashoma abantu kinana nabandi nitugaleta tugashoma bamara gashoza konko of course ejo bwiro bwinjini babiri confidential
amakuru go ndo batugine bikuru makuru we bare kuguma hwa ivi amagaro bwijire cyane birashatu nibire mazima ntkusimo ko twarga SPD y'ikijungereze duka obo twaza umukarura kaseke kariyo kahinda yuwuru kubagira takaruru kabase kubana ka cost twine yakaruru kaba RC3 nakon katerwe yes nako yone kija so hariya akiriya karuru kasek central executive akona go committee nako kakiriyo kagendo misho ebyanga bitari mwe na miliyoni bijwekirwa abantu bargayo kuoreka
twine kaba yusi regions twine ba deputy abahwezi ba chairman
bakakwanze
ni bakakwanze
ariyo naende ya yusi female
ko katwa niwo baje ngo imyaka kagihindura hariho ndiro baje ngo imyaka kagihindura utashime kwa nayebembere myeta bwana okoro kuzo mu karuru waza mu politics hati brio mu wana na
akashi wano wenda kwe
kumanya echori
yes yumbazo politics
namwenda na GTV na kuza TV nayo mwene nobona osho mwene buri kamukora bakutonyoka nikakutonyokera so hati wano enda politics kumanya echori abantu kugambira bakakumanya ukaje tubiti mbaga nyine mbageci
nguno ijuko bobo riyo mpi wano no shoma ukabasa kubanura bako umukano yibaye kizo
ati weze mu politics
kwakaruru
bas so ebyo biriyo si sec elimune tebekanisibwa konka reka turebe
nibagamba yaba kwasire bendera bagire yo bagira ngo mazima anet among triple A mazima ntukuferaho ebyakadaga byo nibyo kutwariza hamwe
reka turebe ebakugamba basigaza
kwasire bendera.
Thank you, the media team. Begin with my name is Ukwere David Bicham. I'm the flag bearer of the NRM in Kedia constituency for the just concluded member of parliamentary elections. First and foremost, I want to thank the voters for Kedia for entrusting me with this mandate when they gave me the flag or when they elected me. And the other thing, of course, it gives me great pride that taking a flag of NRM and also to associate myself with a great compatriot or a great leader, the mother of the soil, the sister, that is the Right Honorable Speaker, that of course I'm going to work with because she's also a flag bearer of the party. She came unopposed. I have also made my way through the same line. So it's my promise, of course, is that I'm going to work together with her. And now I see her as a person of great value and of added value. Point number one, that she has brought the leadership home. Nobody from Bukedia would have actually got it to the level of speakership, not because of her own efforts, which that gives us a good privilege of seeing her as an added value or a great opportunity to the people. The second thing now, from speakership, she's climbing to the ladders to the SEC, the Central Executive Committee, which is one of the strategic positions in this country, coupled with speakership. That is another great added value. It's not the hierarchy of leadership, but it's a hierarchy of greater opportunities. Because through speakership, she has brought
hati ushako nanyirira
mbamweta magwe
abananga niko nanyirira nijo nabaza kumusimo
kamera yipi ya asa
ninjira asa ya bukwataje
akwana yo print ya
kamera nayo ne kwatako kawa muri ko wabona dibyaro konka nanyirira ruyeri wore bamwira
karuru beara kwasire bendera ya Bukedia
ya Bukedia county tuine Bukedia district kandi na Bukedia county ninka ruchiga district
Ernisha zo Bukedia district Ernisha kagunowe magwero wabase kubana kwata bendera ya Bukedia county
umukugamba kwe na nebe turi kugamba no kuganira abari kutureba obwiro bunyine urukogera uti ikintu cyo kweyendeza tikiribura mu ihanga ningo mu magara geitu nikice mwene tikujya mu kibasa kubura mu nikihango actually hatogo naruga Bukedia aho anet among ari kuruga
naho nagira iki
anet among no mujekero w'abakazi ba Bukedia now hatogu akwasire bendera yishaza ya Bukedia
nabandi bono
ko nabandi abari
cya Bukedia
yo
sokutwaramu
so okurugayo akagira ngo we nareba nanka anet no muntu oyine buri kimwe kimasa nanagezo kweyendeza konka tinkuhamya ngo ayine waza kugerageranisa n'ibintu bya kadage byakoze ryo mwishengero nebi anet akoze ryo mwishengero mazima kutabwira no kweyendeza umukazi ugashime kubona
mwene kigambo Trevor ekigambo kweyendeza cyo kiri ncyangwa muno abo kuba one ijo abantu bakambagira ngwe president Museveni naenda kureta umutabani no umutabani yari qualified nawe nabasa kwija nkundi ijo muntu wena so ogogo nawe yanareba orial qualified nawe yesi naenda mukize orubajurwe konka triste nawe nareba ngo amana gozereke omukyarakazi Annette Amongi konka kandi abikikwizira kikaba kibi hati aba Bukedi yakubara hagira ogu na Kadaga bakahagira wabo ejo neba yaba demokrasi ninga ntuba twagendera ahanganda aharuganda
owanje ate tumani tunani kugambira iwo tagira ngo kandi nyo kandi ahobwe nkundo uri kuhagira uri muntu uri kuhagira na nuryo wahari nataru wahihi amuhagire kugira ngo obundi ine cyango cya kuba nareba kutari kugira ngo arebe kugira ngo ogu no witu
ati akaruruka gati y'abantu babera akakuni kasaguma harabe aharu hakarura karagume n'akaruruka gati ya Rebecca Kadaga muna Annette Amongi abo kuba wase kureba umurubusoga ba MP bona babere mbargayo bahagira Annette Amongi bona wase kureba mukaruru babase kuba babatera hanze mukaruruka flag bearer akebendera kawire biri kumnamjana bona bakabasa kubana babahirika ekikore kasigino ngo abantu abine Annette Amongi ababimba muhagira boni shahiji bari yarubajuru wa Rebecca Kadaga mucyara kazo so of now busoga yaza kuhagira Kadaga Bukedi yateso yahagira Annette Amongi ate bitweke bindi babagana
yaki nkureba akugira ngo kabeje actually nyo kabe ningira ngo hati abakuruga ababacara bakuruga hati bo batatera karuru Burunji batatera karuru then abo kwa ni country wide nakihanga ryona
yes buri cyane
then region rabes cicire ezide zicicire abantu bazo akwani baza kuzana nambore aho baraye bacicyata baro batera karuru turebe konkati ntso kubana tureba ekintu cyo kugira ngo oguno witu na yawe bakureba ngo nabaso butakora n'inguri ya namusinga bajengo oguno witu
kamanya Rebecca Kadaga muri busoga na hakuzaro Annette Amongi iba
niyari kuzaro so nyo ningira ngo katubareke ecyangu no kugira ngo ekitwantuye ndo muniki no kugira ngo tukabasa kuyame kintu cyo kugira ngo oguno witu oguno wanje oguno munywani wanje
the capability y'umuntu
tukabasa kuciya mecho
konka reka kuterera umuntu aburuganda rwawe abukuzarwa nawe
ahabo burunji ahabo kugira ngo yambonerera nomanya mu high school twateraga umuntu kuyajyaga ariko ayesimbira anyirira bonire harije umuterera karuru na batakumecha gukora so ejo myaka ningira ngo tukagihingura tukagirugamo shana ubundi mwamucabine konkanyo iri mazime cyo kugira ngo uryo wanje umuntu yayinengaga
kora kumwaha no munkorgaho kesimba niga bakagira mbatera karuru mbarona manager wa Revival TV
eto kugira nikora niwe haje wakwesimbaho wakwesimbaho ari uri yararije
ningo uri kureba umurinye hatari mu
engoga eto kitari mecho
ubukozi butaramu
nimbasa ile tikwenda kuri
nimbasa kuri nanyi ntikako
kwa kandi ati nyona rangu nimbasa kandi unoje kutokampoza katugaruke after break niteza kubashemererwa tugaruka tukubareba ndi mu kutureba we bari kubaho
Revival TV amagaro wijwire
Mtendereza Yesu Kristo mwana wa Ruhanga katushabe kama Ruhanga obushobozi bwona wenda kushaba ngo twebe mbere mu kigambo cyawe kitwaza kubagana kandi cyongere kutubere tabaza ero kutumurikira umuhanda gwitu gwamagara gitu Kristo kama witu amina ebyakoze uruweshura 19 za kureba umushorongo gw'17 kugarukira agwaberne 2 nutwongerera icweke kiturebire nyo mwazyo oku Paulo yakuzoro mu rumogo kuburengeri akatambira abantu bingi kandi bwanyuma n'abatabne basikewa bakeja bakagezaho kweshaniriza na Paulo kandi za diamond zikababinga zikabatera kandi bakashwara kandi omukicweke ikintu tureba Paulo akagumza munaburengeri abantu bingi bajunwa ombajunurwe hajunurwa munabaroji narabafumu narabo kwe basa kweta abacecezi abantu abatakumanya ruhanga nkabo kandi abitwine umusi yitwe jina yiturumu ebirebi ecweke kikamba shomere bo mshorongo gw'ikumi na mushanju kugarikira gwa 22 kandi eco cyamanywa bona abayudaya n'abagurika babire batwire Efeso bona batina munonga kandi izina rya mukama witu Yesu ryahimbisubwa kandi bingi hari yabo abikirize beija bayaturebe byabo bagamba nebakozire bengi hari yabo ababire bakora ibyo bufumu bateranira hamwe ebitabo byabo ebyo kuragura babyokezo mu misho g'abantu bona babarira obuguzi bwabyo bashanga nibuhike bicweka byefeza obukumi butanu uko nuko ikigambo cya mukama cyayongire nico cyayongira mani kikasingura kandi ibyo kubyahwire Paulo yamarira umutima gwe kubanza kuraba Makedonia n'ibicweke bindi ebiyagiremo omucweke kintu tureba Paulo ingire yaburirwe kandi n'abantu abizire kujunwa abayakire Yesu baketise bibi byabo nangwa abantu abamwene bakira ku kwakanisa bajyango kujunwa n'ikirungi konkano junurwa mutima tokweteyisa kugira ngo kandi yo mushuma kandi yo mwibi kandi yenshambani aha ntureba ikigambo nikishoboraje bayetisa kandi bayatura umushorongo w'18 benja harbo abakizire beija bayaturebe ibyabo bagamba nebi bakozire eco no cyo etegerezota kandi ikigambo cyarahanga araba kugira ngo nojunurwa mutima nangu umwe harihe bimwe bikubasa kureta byatera n'abantu umuntu kugira ngo yajunwa kandi yajunwa kandi nkashambana na mukananka eco nicyo basa kureta obuzu nangwa hari abandi baravuga mbere arumjije akatobujurizi ombwire bwa mini akashambana no mukazi wo musirikare kandi yagenda yamwetisiza omushijogo ngo akamushanga no mukanyina akari yo mu office ya Iguru umshaka taramwisere no kumwita inebi mukamara hanga rukore byo kutangaza konka abo kabura mirundi minjo bundi tujangwa nubasa kwetisa obusambani konka ubundi otagambere muntu abo kuba wagambe cyo nikibasa kushenyeka kijimariho konka bayaturebe byabo nugira ngo kashambana kandi yo mushambani kandi yo mushuma kandi ni ndwana eno basa gutagama nkarwana na nanka abo kuba no we nubasa kushanga wetu mu rukuri ati we nabasa kukire ngo wamushwaza nabwo ico konko kwetise bibi kuruho bagamba ne bakozere mukamarhanga yabatambera abaroji bakabine bintu byo buguzi bwingi ninyishka hariho umuroji outwagenzere tukashabera nangogo no kutangaza abo kuba no muharana wakari yo mufumu nawe yakira tukazayo twayose bintu bikabiri byo buguzi bwingi konka byona bikabiri bya satani namaju gakagara mwe sente nyingi bagaferwa ukoza kasharo ko tukazayo twabyosya ababire bari byo bufumu ibyo kuraguza twabyosya naha nabo bakabireta byona babyosya orabo ryo mufumu oryo mukuterekerera abamwe binengumanya n'abacwezi abamwe binengumanya nibiha ebe byona nebusha naha tureba Paulo n'abagezi be bakabyosya kandi bikabiri mwe mpiha nyingi arahabande bajyango nawajunwa osigaze biriye bintu byo bufumu by'abafumu by'abaruji no bicwekereza kandi utandika busya mukamarhanga na ijana ukebindi nabwo eco n'abafumu nabo nibakira nibajunwa nibeteisa deba umbureberezi witu twinemo abafumu bishitinkabana na batano no kukiraho ababire bari abafumu bakajunwa kandi bo bakaba ari abafumu tukugira ngo bakaba nibazomba bafumu bakaba ari abafumu bajunwa mbwe niwe kanoraguza yoboraguzayo iwe to kajunwa o mufumu kwara yajunurwe kandi wo rukuraguzayo wasigarahi mukamarhanga obushoborozi yebare abwamani gekigambo cyawe kandi no kutambira abo abakuba bazingazingirwe abine bitekateko bibi abakuzo mu baroji ombafumu tureba ngo Paulo bakacwekereza abantu abo nebintu ebyo mbwenu nitwe twere tubirugemu bireke kutabya tugumze mutukimbisa Kristo kama witu amina no muchagwara ngo bushoborozi bona tateitwe n'umwana n'umuyo kwera gumenimwe hati nebiro byona amina.
Revival TV amagaro wijwire.
Revival TV mukuru choko wa professor kandi umureberezi ahabo kigambe cyo ningira ngo ticyakusiga nicyo kimwe twagaruka ida kikanitane zarabo muri shaha 10 musibire kurunji bitu mwebare abo bitari kugendera je abo businje butariho mwe kwasogo bahiguru ni wari kubibasa kandi abari mu business oburukundo noreba ngo shaha za agenda kasenti kari kurebe katika kayikiraho dirita karenjire ugumoye kwaso bahiguru kandi mabadije ninchira kugira ngo abari kuba barije mushemererwe with care responsibly mutakarenza mutakarenza
abantu bakora ikintu cy'amani
ari umushiza uba kweta ngo ni Geoffrey
takugirgaho Revival TV
awe shankezi no musha wa boda boda eshankezi nabaho murokaci naho murokaci kugira ngo rebe inside headlines yabare munonga ho mururubeho navugira umpo akitoma aho mwebare okureba the Revival TV
bari tukunda mazima no muntu kutaho data ye akagira kanze ahamukutugwa Revival TV YouTube www.revivaltv amagaro mbwijira kabasa kubana atamaka data cye na abantu bataho imishoro yabo kugira ngo at least babase kubana besiya yaka TV mazima babasa kureba inside the headlines turukubaretera EBIKURU makuru ntongera kushasha na family ya Denmark abino mukisa audio sabariya ha Catholic Center bariyumba mushabera barukuza kumushendekereza nangwa kumutwara amugiye buturwa rukungiri mazima ntongera kushasha
abarazeyo mugendeje abari ya YouTube nitwenda tubasime mwebare kutureba tuguma tubaletere nitubiri tunga nityo kubibaretera ebiri authentic UPDF naye birebe tekurgo mu makuru tekurgo mu misho ga kamera tekurgo mu misho ga katama tekurgo mu misho ga Onesimus ni baba bariho bakujire bibashoborera cyangwa munonga bane bagamba ibintu byo byemicwe discipline baba nibahereza yo bundi offices zabo ziba barimu kandi twenda kumongera kubagumanyisa ngo ariyo abandi aba senior officers abacatebekanisa kugira ngo nibaza kongera okuhumura nanaza kugamira bana mu yenseje okuhumure mirimo yabo yo tere mbundu no gukora administrative work bakazomuka bakabanza bakatebekanisa ho mutwe bakatebekanisa ibirohozo katubane turebe kibane bagamba rero tugaruce otaka rgaho.
This meeting today, the handover, is mainly to formalize how we do things in UPDF and also to witness the transfer of authority from General Dom to General Innocent, and also the responsibility, and it's part of the accountability. There are people who do not like accountability. Accountability is about transparency. Everything was done here under the camera. You hand it over office equipment, you read the report loud and clear, and that is it. And these officers were given an opportunity to respond, and all their comments were very, very positive. So that's the way to go. The country is peaceful. The country is very, very peaceful, and as you are aware, the Commander-in-Chief of the Uganda People's Defense Forces, none other than His Excellency the President, his top priority is security. And 38 years in government is not, you cannot just take it for granted. Security is number one. Security for the country, of our people and their properties. So understand the origin of this center from the President. And yet there are other institutions who are handling the same thing. I have it. Counterterrorism. Police has it. Prison, they have it. ISO. So why duplication? Why all this? Is it wastes of resources or what? No. So look at that, the strategic intent. And once you have understood it, then that's the way to go. So this is not about the military, it's about the government focal center. So this center was established to coordinate the counterterrorism efforts at the national level, regional and international. And I'm happy that you're doing well amidst all these other challenges. So General, I really want to recognize your exemplary services. As an outgoing commandant, you have really served. And I don't want to repeat what these other members have already said during your time in office. As the commander of this center, what I've seen is that you have strengthened the interagency cooperation and the coordination, and that is very good, especially on collaboration on counter-terrorism. And then you have also improved on intelligence coordination.
Yeah. nayongera okusima ekigambo kyayendera okay nibinje byanagamba ogwo ni Richard Major General Richard Otto Noah Intelligence Counterterrorism nkebyo byona niyo ebyo niyo kugokwe ni wari kubyebembera n'abandi bagenzi of course ba generals ni babakanyire Major General ba Brigadier General ni babakanyira bari mu bitongore nkebyo konka mwenu ogu niwe yaija so yagamba kigambo cyo kugira ngo hariyo prisons hariyo polisi hariyo ebicweka bindi tikikumanyisa no kushisha resources ni bete obusinje yaje tisi paramount obusinje omwihanga kandi nangwa yagamba kintu cyo kugira ngo transparency okugira ngo mube uri kucyakukunda no mushira wa kabaka kandi utukwasa kweta enganzi ya Uganda katikiro nacha kubagamba kubo aberufu koka yagamba Richard yagira ngo abinzi tibakutina obwerufu I mean tibakukunda okuba abamazima okware kintu bakitanga ko kuba kito mu kamera ngo tibakukunda ikintu cyachi cyo kuba muni ndondorunya orunyanko rukiga ekigambo cyo kuba transparent okuba aberufu okuba abamazima okuha embaririra
accountability ikintu cy'umutwire n'umukoro muhebwe sente zo kore ngutokana nka mwako muhebwa sente ngati mukuru gayo mukareta abanyamakuru nkitwe asa kareta kamera kagito misho mukatandika muka accountability abantu bari yomba bari mukajya mutukozi sente nezi asigara hwezi twineze neze so ninjira yanageza aho koreka ebitongore byamahe n'ebitongore bindi byona kugira ngo at least nabyo bikopa iheri ya Uganda kugira ngo ryo nabinje mbarvuna natukoreka accountability nachi konka iwe yargayo yajate bintu nabikora hanyomushana n'umugira ngo hariho transparency mwarebo gunahinduka nazo bamuzo mbigere odongo bamuzo mbigere so transparency umuheri ya Uganda ro kandi yagamba
turebe tosugomwe nagamba cha Onesimus niye nangaruka hanyuma kace turebe tosugomwe nagamba cha huya nagamba bamara kusayininga bari muni bakora transition ari meri muni korwa mu bigere byo ndijo ngugwe katumuze
special day and an emotional day filled with a heart full of gratitude as I officially hand over the office of NCTC and take my salute after 4 complete decades of service in the mighty UPDF. It has always been said that service to the nation is the rent we pay for the space we occupy on earth. In this regard, therefore, I am humbled to have, and I have no doubt in my mind, that I have paid that rent through the 4 decades of loyalty and sacrifice to my country. I must comment that these 4 decades have been a journey of sacrifice, resilience, and witnessed our forces grow strong and stronger, and we continue to grow stronger, more professional, and more committed. But I must comment and emphasize that through teamwork and discipline, we have made our country stronger, and that we should maintain that spirit. By way of orienting the incoming commander, it's important to note that the NCTC was established by a presidential directive which appointed the Major General Freedom, which was the first commandant of the center in 2013. The establishment of NCTC by His Excellency was in line with the national strategies that are aimed at preventing and countering the scourge of terrorism, violent extremism. It also supports other international and regional protocols, East African Community, IGAD, AU, and the UN on prevention of violent extremism. The National Counterterrorism Center is responsible to the Chief of Defense Forces for national and international counterterrorism efforts. The center promotes coordination among the regional and international counterterrorism centers in combating the threat of terrorism. The center brings together all national security actors that are critical in counterterrorism efforts, in addition to counterterrorism agencies. Now, as I hand over the mantle today, I do so with confidence and faith in the team that remains behind. And I have confidence in my successor, who now takes on this noble responsibility. I have no doubt.
He has no doubt.
Yes.
Chihango Mnonga, General Brigadier General Twesugomwe, yakwereka ngo asavinjira umushijo go kureba screen yawe emyaka 40. Hati nyona ni mureba nushongo niho yahise 40. Wano mureba. Hati no kurango abashija hine ngo ku naka UPDF okuyabire sorted abashira tiba kuburabura so yasharimo kugira ngo emyaka 40 aherize namane gegona kandi bwanyuma yo kutaho yageta NCTC ejo nibageta National Counter Terrorism Center ahabo kugira ngo at least ejezeho kugwadisa ebi obutuju barwebandira exactly kind of course Major General Otto nawe of course aho nuhara atandikire kugira ngo ayongere kugenda omumisho omushijo gwa bene akora na wayongere kutwara omumisho nogira ngo tekintu chamana abantu ngaba bandi bashohora nibargo mu ihene sitinsa nkeki
of course transparency oguyazamu oriya nawe mbaza na appointments nawe noshanga mu appointinga kugira ngo agire ekitongore nacyo kiyabasa kuba na running konka yargayo umwami Otto yagamba nshonga nyinge zo kubanza ya one yagira ati mazimihe ebitongore ebitukutaho nga bya counterterrorism bya iso bikucondoza butujuna kinaki mureke kubitwara for granted nibabitaho for the reason abo kuba bwabiso tukarga kureba ukitini Sarubati cyagura center mu waba Germany akari German Netherlands Canada ariko gaya kugira atamazima umukitini sa president Yoweri Kaguta Museveni sente nyamwinji nazikwata ziti umbyo kurwana sazito mu UPDF azito mweno mbintu byo kurwana military equipments nacho ushanga sente nyamwinji na habuzi kuza konka yo Otto mazima naragayo natahamisereza nkunike tagisa kandi cyetengwa neco mugasho kugira ngo ebitongore nkebi bibase kubane bihangwaho nebaraninga mazima kwenda bireteho obusinje omwihangari yitu area Uganda because mutwire numureba hunkijo tubatoriyo Matters Day tukareba ho nangwa bakinjera urwebandera ubabase kubana argayo naenda kubarikira umbantu nyamwinji so ekitongore cya counterterrorism ekikwebemberwa ubukitinisa Otto nacho mazima ntikisima nubwo mu nkejo ikikurgaye kikabasa kuba nikikora
so naje kuba nahereza of course Brigadier General Siza Abahwezi ni warije kuba nakwata umucinte cyakakitwara mpora Siza Abahwezi Major General ni wone tukwendeza ebirungi ogune Brigadier General ni jangu Brigadier General kandi General yanka yahigura
Brigadier General nahasi waza kugeragera na Major General yargaho naba Lieutenant General aruza General Foster
ati uyu wabigamba ninkwikiriza tinkakwa kanisa na wabambi konko tukabiyabari tinkayikiri tinkabiha tinkayanga bako nimanya ngo bitwiremu no bimanya akwa nimanya topanga nimbamanya so ya kwasa Brigadier General kugira ngo Siza Abahwezi ayongere kwate cinteki akitwara umisho echa counterterrorism kandi ahundi kumanya ngo nibija korara bacikozereje kurunje munongo uko twarugayo twantambura mpora nyenda ngo tuze nyenda nyetegereze turebe ko turatambure
tuze nkabona gagara mwingi aho tukurebera nangwa kambaze simeho umwami nindeba ha message nzeshuka asumu bagira ngo baruho mazima ntubasima Moses ari umunyonyo restaurant we bare kureba Revival TV mazima ntukunda kandi ntubasima nagira ati ndiho Moses ari yaho rwentondo nagira ati nkurga Revival TV mazima ntukusima umwete kugira ngo niyo base kutamwakire kawe following obutwa nko muco gwitu wa Inside Headlines ntubanza aho mu ihanga rya Uganda tureba Africa tugumiza munangwa tuza eseri y'amayanja so irizoba rya nyumwabazyo umwami Muhammad bin Said oguno wihanga ya United Arab Emirates Russia Putin kuyarigire kureba ihanga rya United States of America ya Trump yarga yakarabo mu Gulf mu mahanga ga Gulf yagira to mutake yagira to mu United Arab Emirates yagira mwati nawe yagira ati no bihananye nizayo
niyaze torora
yagira ati nanye dekanyete ukitinisa Muhammad bin Said abase kubanija Moscow tugere ibitwaganira nyamwingi turebe strategically twemerire nka yamahanga g'abaharabu kagine sente kagine abo bwiga amashitanya mwingi kagariko kanosha Trump ariyo natutwara ibyo bwiga bingi
tubirebe twamara tugije tubikanja kanjemo hari iki nateka tikuma y'abakiri right tugaruke abo kuba obundi yani byakwija ninyebuza noyijuka ngo Trump akamara kurugayo bikirizana wona na Said ayinemu entebekanisa yo kugira ngo harimo n'abaraba bakata nibenda kuja kumuhereza enyonyi now enyonyejo Boeing
bujango ezo umwanya gwa Air Force 1
atogu ognienda ngo tube tumure kirogo tube tumure kirogo abo kubana arimo nagaruka mu nazagaruka mu Netanyahu no Hamas hanago tugine mwene iyo bari kubakanga moto so reka tubane tuteje twatebekanisa kugira ngo tutungeje akandaka nitukendaka
njora producer kwate mukake tugarike nkese
Revival TV amagaro ngwijwire ababanira CCTV cameras abari kushanga mu rurembo rwambarira bagarukana insurance ababanira ubwa hati bine card cameras ezikora kirone y'ihangwe kandi zikureba uburingo bwa meters 20 nankaga alarm cameras smart hybrid 5 megapixels cameras PTZ cameras bine DVR na NVR eza 2 megapixels na 5 megapixels hard disks bine na za cameras zindi ziri kuzabikondo bya sora nebyo amashanyarazi kandi cyo mutano kamera zikuzabikondo zibazi gitureho wifi na internet bagigita simu yawe yo mu ngaro kandi obwo rikosa memory card bine byo mebikubara senti hariyo wa bank sako nangwa no mu bukwate motoka yawe wete tracking devices nibaburiyo bashanja office zabe nkuru ezikushanga mu rembo rwambarira wabanotaho mu gate ya bus park ninga hitaji rya Bersia umucombe ku cyaro kwa Gosenega na Amazon building opposite Stanbic Bank ninga shotere no tumushanju mukaga 98 nari no tumushanju 52 98 ejo nisaba banira urinde byawe nabawe Revival TV amagaro ngwijwire
Revival TV mutsasereho twabasa kuba ntutungamu ubuzubu wa
technical glitch
konka twabasa kuba ntugaraka twatwine story ya Trump watayiswe ninjira kutora tunje footage ntsiza kuba ntubera television na za videos mazima Trump omwami Putin aritayise Muhammad bin Said
nyawete kureba enshonga zishimye kuba ziri kwenda kugira ngo hato ukora abe Trump yarugireyo hato wakabeta akamweta nibenda ngo agiro kuba yongera okureba enshonga amubuze no manyanyamazo turebere nanka omushari kugambira owa Kenya atutugambira hori hati kugira ngo obundi tiba kushoborokerwa mwena yenda kumubuza kwetegereza Trump kandi kubi kandi kari muganira enshonga nuzirebuta ebintu bya trade
brihanga strategic because ihanga rya Russia bakabasa kubarza abantu barataho sanctions nyamwinji percentage ya 50 so nuko kire mwenu kwezura kurgaye keronda ikarona kuko yakubasa kubaho Trump yabasa kugumiza mwagitiro sanctions za 50% nebasa kubanerga inore bihange ya United Arab Emirates rine amashitanya mwinji so yabasa kwatagana ni ihanga rya Russia mkushuburana sanctions za Trump nizibaza
kashamwe takubasa kugira ati wakwatagine na Trump na Putin iwe UAE side wakwatagine na Putin niwe kaje ntandika kuteka imivumbo
sanctions of course nazo nzireba konka ihanga waza kuri Trump mazima nayenda munonga United Arab Emirates sabwe ibintu bya business yine iyo ni ihanga ry'abagigano
obutubire turya yaba no rwa gashatu ya no rwa kabiri
tukagamba
aha Colombian mercenaries abu Sudan government ya Sudan yarugire kagambira UAE already enganzi yayo eri omuri Russia shaheje yabagambira konka muri mune mutukomera ni mutsindikira abayazambuci abantu ba Colombia mercenaries aba eri kubari guzibwe mwari gita abantu ba RPF rapid
support force
RSF
junior special force nko kuwakoreba SFC ya Uganda niyo yabirere SFC yihanga ya Sudan ubu habaro Bashir
na bache hakana bagira ngo wapi icyo tine kitukumanya now hati izoba ryanye mwazo Sudan government ya Sudan iheryayo litire ekitukubasa kweta ezo nyonyi z'umukureba ryatere nyonyi ebire yegwire aba commandos ba Cambodia no Colombia muleka tuza kubireba nko muri kubireba muri ngogwe ecyo nikibiro cyamara kubaho batere nyonyi ebire yine barwe bandira tubasa kweta rwarwe bandira
abo kurigira ihanga ryabo aho bari
ahabo kugira ngo ababu babire nibaza kujoyininga kandi abu Sudan government yabire yateka tekire gabira mazima ejo ni mig hati bagitire bagikora nko babona abantu abakwinga abantu nyamwinji no shango biri n'abantu binji makumyana
na
hegambira karas now
ati ovuyo one ovuyo muyanga ya Sudan kurga Bashir al-Assad nibamuyihaho no manya hatahaho ovuyo hagati ya RSF rapid support force akabinja kabire karika SFC komwami Bashir al-Assad mwe naka kari akanto akakuyihe erukuma president al-Assad kuyabase kubanaragaho obwari kwambwa Abdar Fattah el-Burhani omuntu we yabase kuba nahamba ningashine irikanzia umwami Assad bwanyuma twareba kabinja aka RSF nkehagora ahihangeryo nkagira katika tubanze tuze aharubaju tubanze turebe President Burhani na agenda ata President Vice President of Transitional Sovereignty Council niba base kubana bataho kugira ngo mwe na council yatirwa buzaho ogutu president ngomwami Abdar Fattah el-Burhani ogutari president wa Transitional Sovereignty Council so arhuba
tariho kugira ngo bakamuterera karuru ya kwatihanga hapana uriya kwiyamazira kugenda side yamara kugenda hati batebekanitsa barondo muringo gubo basa kutaho kugira ngo ubundi Sudani ekagira ngo tunge akasinje
konka kurgobo negisha RSF etahanirwana na government eshahijeru kwebemberwa Abdar Fattah el-Burhani uriya narwana na generali arho generali uri kwebembera kabinja ka RSF so noreba tahane barwana mu Sudan takabayo gabusinje kurugobo na hadi abantu barwana abantu nyamunje bafaninjira aho naho European Union aho yagizire ngureka tubase kubansindika iherpangise base kubana turasindiko mu ihanga rya Sudan base kubana leta aho ubuteka ningaje Rwanda sakabinja ka RSF akariyon karwana sa government y'umwami Abdar Fattah el-Burhani
tinkumanya ebintu ebi kurugayo abashije nicyo twantugambe cyatwarugame cha intelligence hati government okurabira mu minister wayo wenshonga zaheru mu government ya Sudan yargo yagamba ekigambe eki omunde kikancho bwire butakabire bwahariye batere nyonyi kimanyisa ngu hari hekintu intelligence iri kubekozirwe kandi eshimire kubone gobererwa Colombia nanka UAE iyo erugireyo iyo ekitakabireho yesterday yagira ngu voti bine kiba kumanya
yes
ati omuringo wo kugira ngo tine kiba kumanya tiri karengire izoba ryanyamazo batera enyonyi eri kwingana kugira ngo nabantu if I can read here what is written here a Sudanese airstrike hit an airport in the country's Darfur region controlled by a notorious paramilitary group destroying a suspected Emirate militia military aircraft and killing dozens of suspected mercenaries, Sudanese official and rebel advisor said izoba rya nyamwabazo elizano rwa katanu konko ijuke ngu izoba ryo rwa kashatu hayine ahachai chenyonyi chimwe ekiri kumanyanka nyara ahwaho makumyana niho bagizireki baterirwe kandi bakaterwa Colombia heri kubagira ngo abo kugira ngo hati Colombia tinkumanya Colombia yote karugireka gambe shonga ubundi nyenja kandi tubasa kuletera ebigambo kumanya nibahamya kugira ngo buzima abantu abubatire nababo no manya ariho kintu cyo kurugo bakagira ngo itoba umutire tibantu bitu timasanariza kurugo muri Colombia wapi babihakane konka ebiturukutunga nibyebe bikwereka kugira ngo official website ya Sudan government iyo nikweri kurugamu nikweri argo ikagamba kandi entaro ezi rikatandika tubetwa bagambire 2023 okwezi kwa kana aho bagerizo kugira ngo bakore banyuma ya president wabirariho kugenda kandi kugira ngo bakore interim government ndete interim government etaterirwe karuru konka bagironzira aho kugira ngo bene tware kintu nobo yabe yakozire kintecho abantu bacayongera kwitana abantu bacayongera kurwana abantu bacayongera kutoroka mu mahanga gabo no kongera kugira ngo bakabasa kugira obusinje bundi bazo mu mahanga agandi ihanga eryongere kwakira abantu aba nihanga lya Uganda of course baneiba kuba ari kubona bateganisibwa hate ikintu kiterwa kubaho icyo tukubasa kugira obusinje yes ntubasa kugira obusinje kugira ngo turiyo mu ihanga lyitu konka harimo abantu bari kubura obusinje abasho kugira ngo ako kuriya nikaba kagabirwa mu kabiri akajwaro nutakuranga ngo uwarebera uwahereza akajwaro ninga aho kurara ninga aho kubyama ninga kukweshweka iwotajya ngo cyo ntwacire cyo buncho businje so ihangeri ya Sudani ebitutegerize kace tukareba oku government ya Colombia yahakana cinteci ninga oku
of course Clever bafuta mission ya machinery yo kutere mbunde mpangise nobotina ho kugwa hona tukareba ho nk'abajasa ba Russia ba Wagner group ni heri yo cooperating ro mu ihangeri ya Russia eri yo kupangisa ni wano wenda kuriye kurupangisa okazayo karpangisa no bari yo mu ihanga konkari cooperating ari ne buri kimwe cyona retire under government so government teine vunanyizi babona ya aheri konka baragayo wa machinery ngo wagino wa Russia tukabareba no mari nango bakabatera yo babakora kubibahunga yo mu ihangeri ya mari ababuntu bamba vunanyizwa urukuba
of course no ijuka na by the way hat Colombia ne baso butarugayo
yes
okugamba konkati UAE babire bagambiye kugira ngo Sudan iri kutunga kakumu ngwe genzire yaza kuri yayo aba masanalizaba kugira ngo bije batere bahwere RSF okugira ngo tere government iheri ya government hati UAE itoni nontegereza kugira ngo yije ti Colombia no bareba kuruga Colombia konka UAE abo kubaba baza kwija hino ruko batiremo kasente
of course
okusimbure nyonyi bakatemba bakagenda bari equipped hino ruko baba bageze ki abasimbuye hati UAE kubareba bagigambire ngo otutize ori muno otutera okurabiro mu mahe agakupangisa agakwegita arakabinja CFC yakuri
yes
eyitwa yetangu ne byabire nirikuma eriabere ni rukuma president abo tukwasa kweta kunungu ni CFC
neri ryabere mu obunanko bw'abajajawid
abajajawid
bita aba South Sudan Sudan takarigireho kwe kuturege South Sudan abo bo
babajajawid
kwitara kimwe abantu nyamwinji
exactly now aba bantu aba ba Colombia kuba ari kwija bino hine mission yiba kuba bino hindo kuba batiremo kasente hati cyo ntwena ngo UAE etuhereze official statement etugambire ati itwe abantu aba tito bagize ki tito babasindigire kandi nangwa by the way I wish kugira ngo abantu bona tibafiri ni nyenda ngo hajiro babe yino bakwasire
tinkwamya ngo no basa kutera inyonyi ije gwa hanse then hagere owa ahariho ikintu kitakukira kurebeka nenyonyi kuguka ukashanga mu huri
turatungira mu wa rugero mu ya India ya tumira bibiri nkaga nabangaye bakafaka rugamo mwe
nembabazi
konka ecyango hati twatana ito confirminga ekitugambire nyamazo okugira ngo government ya Sudan nejumirira government ya UAE kugira ngo rimuneronda abapanji abaserikare abapanjisibwa kwegita ahaba RSF okugira ngo batere
government bagiyeho
Ahmad so erizoba twakireta tikategereze izobe kira kurate izoba ya nyincakara kuko ni bateye kureta official
injira tubanze tubaheruka video yako babanze
bakahurira twamara tuzize kubaletera nitsa kubaletera Netanyahu na Gaza turetere Jombundu rero turebe umudakikanje abantu bagirebe kibiriho
which was bombed at Nyala airport was completely destroyed. The airport has been a frequent target of airstrikes by the Sudanese army, which has been at war with the paramilitary RSF since April of 2023. Colombian President Gustavo Petro said his government is trying to determine how many Colombians died in the attack, adding that they would try to repatriate the bodies. The aircraft had departed from a Gulf airbase carrying dozens of foreign fighters and military supplies for the RSF, which controls most of Darfur. The Sudanese army, led by Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has long accused the UAE of sending advanced weapons, including drones.
Strong weapons, including drones, everyone so nyamwinji bya katanshozi byona biryaho kugira ngo babase kuba nabatere inyonyejo negwa obutaka diru ya Colombia nangwa neje yagipangise aba machinare yabasa kuba negwa butaka
katwijana na turebe ebindi twaza kwijana na Netanyahu ari munagamba ari kushoborora muri kimwe cyona then turebe ijuka Netanyahu nagira ngo we nayenda ngo kwate ki nayenda ngo kwate Gaza izo bari mwebazo bahendire Security Council cabinet estamire yahendera yahikirize Netanyahu ari kushaba of course ni kabaka tine cya kwanga hati reka turebe bari kumubuza izo bari mwebazo ekiriho rero tugaruke.
In order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it to civilian governance. That is not Hamas and not anyone advocating the destruction of Israel. That's what we want to do. We want to liberate ourselves and liberate the people of Gaza from the awful terror of Hamas. And you were in the Gaza Strip today. You met Palestinians who are fighting Hamas, because finally they see that they have a future. They can rid themselves of this awful tyranny that not only holds our hostages, but holds 2 million Palestinians in Gaza hostage. That's got to end.
Are you saying today that you will take control of the entire 26-mile Gaza Strip, as it was 20 years ago to this month in 2005?
Well, we don't want to keep it. We want to have a security perimeter. We don't want to govern it. We don't want to be there as a governing body. We want to hand it over to Arab forces that will govern it properly without threatening us and giving Gazans a good life. That's not possible with Hamas. The only way that you're going to have a different future is to get rid of this neo-Nazi army. The Hamas are monsters. Look at what they're doing to our people. Look at what they're doing to the way they massacred, raped, beheaded our people, our men and women, burned our babies. And they are really cruel to their own people, because when we try to take them away from the combat zones, they shoot them. They want people to be civilian casualties. They want a starvation policy that they themselves are trying to put into being, and we're doing.
Ebigambo bya Trump
bya Netanyahu now iwe yamubuza nomanyiza ngo noine ukwate Gaza yona 26 kilometers miles zono zikwata zita mu bushobozi bwawe okucyabere kire nyaka yenye
yamubuza je nkuko wakubire no mubuza kuno
exactly actually umushaya yamubuza je umushaya yamubuza je now hata ekinaenda kwenda kuyigirira mu kukunda ahubwo umushaka kumwikiriza no kugira ngo yes nabasa kwa naenda kutoka government yara controlling konke wecha kufana naenda ngo abantu basigare mu buci mu businge now Palestine erimu ne hakana nguti tieri kufandinga chi aba Hamas ko hakurujira Netanyahu najya ngo Palestine ne fundinga chi mweno kugira ngo basigare bino businge nka Israel n'abantu abari mu Gaza hati boni benda batere abahecera aba Hamas government badishenye bagiye herugeho hati watemu abantu abarabe nibebembera chi we mukugamba ko yajya utakwenda chi takwenda government takwenda mu Hamas
koka wasa kureba wano government ya Hamas etwire ne operate injiro mu cyangi cya Gaza so Gaza nico ekitunde kiba kwebembera bukaba Hamas nubo government yabo so niyo government Hamas niyo government ya Gaza strip so atwaza kure wano ogogo naenda vugira ngo ayihemu abantu ba Gaza konka tukarebere abantu mu Gaza nabaragayo nibetombwitira nibesharinga ngo Hamas etutegekere kubi ecyo kumanyisa ngo Netanyahu naenda kureta government yabo akajibajema abantu abo kuba abantu shahegertaro nabantu abari no bafumura mu Gaza kubarigireyo bakesharinga bakajanga government ya Hamas bo bari kwenda
hati manya we aba Hamas okwebembera government hati takucenda abo kuba bari muri batahirira they are threat to Israel so okubiyaho we kubiyaho naenda ngo abiyeho rerateho government rarete kutuma abantu be na bati bino businge
ekinta nanka nawe ekinta kwikireza nawe no kukiretera aharubajuru wa civilian abantu abari yo mu Hamas amugaza arikugira ati nyenda ndete government y'abantu ubushoborozi mbugari z'abantu ba Gaza
kandi bo bantu
bakunda abantu ba Gaza tabakarigire yo kwetombwitwa ngo government ya Hamas nimbi
nawe yagira ngo haba Hamas bagumaho they are threats to Israel
of course no Hamas no bwe kurgamu hakaza mu government ndisho konketa hagirwe borekerema konketa hagirwe Israel terkoregana ni hangeri ya Israel Israel nenda kutegeka ihangeri yetongwire
ekinkureba harimo kandi kugira ngo no mabaturana bagira ngo Gaza strip ne ya Israel tiya Palestine mwene nabone nikimanisa kugira ngo kwaraje ngo aba batera bihe mate mu government ye kimaisa ngo naya claiminga Gaza strip
naba yagitwara
yabe yeye reka tushe tumure mu ndakika nkishatu abo kuganira
kwa bingi yatikana umureba
Israel take control of all of Gaza.
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable
in order security of their country of Israel aine kurangu yiyaho aba Hamas nubwo rero jango aba Hamas abantu abari mu Gaza teba complaininga konka bahati weta kuza kugira businje harimo aba Hamas
na yendeza in short na indesi ihangari
niwe yatahiri niwe tibo babanze kumukoza akaru murisho bakamugira tibo babanze kumutahira ebiro musha tibirinyo ebiro mushaje kwezi ku 2023 batahirira Israel tikumanye yenyema nimbasa kuba ntabifiro kugira ngo nyetegereze renyuma kibabire babakozire anyway kakutegereze konka kandi officials kurugomu Hamas umugaza muri Gaza
bamugaruka
reka tubane tuburire
we have been saying all along as a resistance movement that the occupation is still ongoing. So any insinuation that occupation is retreating or intending to retreat is full of delusions and misleading. The second issue, he's threatening another military operation and threatening of more killing. And this raises a big question around the world about the stance of the international community, the stance of international institutions and of the United Nations, and the rest of the world who continuously lecture us about how to deal with the Zionist entity. The Zionist entity's intention is to continue killing, and there is no standing up to say that this war criminal should be stopped, and that this person who is wanted by the International Criminal Court should be handed over. The third and the alarming issue here is that he's indicating that the Arab region overall is willing to cooperate with the occupation, to continue its crime of killing the Palestinian people, and to force the occupation on the people. He is saying that he wants to hand the Strip to an Arab armed force. The question is the armed force legitimate, or is it an armed militia supported by Israel? If it is the former, then which country or countries will openly admit that it's partnering with the occupation in killing the Palestinian people, in starving them, in controlling Palestinian land? And the question then is, what will be the Palestinian position? We will deal with it as an occupation force linked to Israel. As for the second scenario, if there will be an armed militia supported by Israel like we saw in southern Lebanon, then it's clear that they will be collaborators and mercenaries, irrespective of whether they speak Arabic or not. And they will be an arm of the occupation. So to summarize what Netanyahu is saying, the occupation will continue and the onslaught.
Nogo Muhammad or official government ya Hamas arugar kamu umwami Netanyahu gwariyo nashobora gibigambo nyamwinje bwose ariyo mutafuta orukubasa kuba navunere bwambo byo muraharabu kandi twabasa kuba ntutungura kubasa kuba nabigarukamu niyo speed yo no huriro mushije yanagambisa ariyo nagira tumazima to kubasa kwihawo Hamas ukagaruka kareta iheriyo yuwa leta kuyisha kuba niriyita abantu bariho niriyita aba Hamas niriyita abantu aba Palestine kandi ukagera ngo buriyo no leta aho businje umucyange cya Gaza kandi yargayo yagira ati ninyenda kureba ihangiri yakubasa kuba umubarabu yakubasa kuba nirgayo narahagera ejo government rabase kuba neretwa umukuru Netanyahu umucanga cya Hamas nangwa na Gaza obwer kwebemberwa aba Hamas of course government erukurgayo yagira ati government ati nyenda kureba ihangiri ya Arab erukurgayo rukahagera abahekera we yabita abahekera ningasha binazi abarukwisha kwita abantu ba Palestine nangwa na Gaza kutwara hamwe.
Of course mukugamba kwe yayoreka kugira ngo Israeli erimunere leta ihe omwihanga eryino already ihe ati no kumushobora ari kushoborerwa kiri kubashobera kugira ngo ariko kongera kugira ngo tino rije kurara yaje aci yakwatanisa nabo akirinzire kugira ngo arebe wakwatanisa nihanga konka uyishuko mu byana gamba uwe yanagira Netanyahu weta kwenda kuleta kugira ngo ribihanga ngo ningashi abe ebisirayeli nabasa kuleta abarije kubani bahagira bakureba ngo buzima abo kwesi yona netengo rutaro kutebeka netengo rutaro kuwaho kibayisa ngo Netanyahu yamara kutera aba Hamas abahecha bari kweta ngo nabahekera no bare tukugira ngo aba bantu abo muri Gaza mwena aba Hamas bine government yabo bine byamagara bina byamagara bine security bina country bina amashomero bine buri kimwe nihanga eri within erindi enclave president nihanga eri numunda yerindi so omushijogo twamwetoha Muhammad we nashobora ari kujya ati no echo kugira ngo mutugite ogumushare leta abantu aba batomo mazima echo tiba kukireba nabasa kubatari ihe atari muserikare konko okubuta bo muserikare na arebe nshonga okuzirimu nizigenda ni one of the officials omu government eriyo muri yaba Hamas omuri Gaza now tinkumanya iwuri kutureba tugire ngo kinte kimpa eki Israel eri kwenda gukora ni kibasa kuba final kugira ngo yamara kutera kandi njija korara cyakoma ryari abako turebere nyima abantu bari kurgoba kugira ngo aba Hamas bakunda kutase mbundu ekyo nayo ni issue mpango tubakwenda kutaasa emuntu tubakwenda kwereza hati Netanyahu we naenda kubateera naza kuba mara ryari
egi yaza kuba masaka
okucwecerera
genocide abo kubatine nkuko orabase kwiha mu government yaba Hamasi kandi ukareka abantu batafire tine nkuko orabajogoremo of course we yaturangirira ningashi yargayo yarangirira at the next step now no kwihaho government ya Hamas tinkumanye byabire nakora uba kubire kuri yo kwihaho government abukuba nabo abire atwire nateri cyanga cha Gaza yes nabwo hati tinkumanye hata naza kwinduramu
okugira ngo
ground yaza kusindika amahena buri kimwe cyone cyayine akisindi cyo mu Gaza
because they bari muri bajangu nibenda total control ijuka kurugabata nayo kurwana na hati tine kikahindukireho mwene ya leta mu statement ya leta mu plan yo kugira ngo nayenda ngo akwate omwanya gwa Gaza strip yone naza kukwatata niryaro bwarahinga akato government ndijo
aito turiyaha
cikire no mushinja wo witu
Vivo TV amagaro mbwijiri turiyaho kusiyaho buri kimwe cyona kukirabe nikija nga inside headlines maze mito tukidiginga deep tukuretera nko kukiri kitatine ko kukikwase no tukubikwatamu ntukuretera nko kubiri obasa kuba niwe notera mutoki no yecenchura nito tugisere hagitu turukucenchura enshonga ahazindo uko twabasa kuba nturugayo twayerekera mu ihanga eri America Donald George Trump
John bamuburize do you miss
Elon Musk
do you miss Elon Musk katurebe garukire
you know that Howard Stern, it's a name I haven't heard. I used to do a show, we used to have fun, but I haven't heard that name in a long time. What happened? He got terminated?
Yeah, they're going to separate ways because I think what they're offering salary-wise is real low than what he's getting.
You know when he went down?
Whenever you want.
You know when he went down? No, before. When he endorsed Hillary Clinton, he lost his audience. People said, give me a break. He went down when he endorsed Hillary Clinton.
Mr. President, have you talked to Governor Cuomo? Interviewing Fed candidates yet?
Yeah, we've started the interviewing process. Scott and I and Howard, a lot of people, JD, look, we have some great candidates. It's probably down to 3. He doesn't want the job. He said, do you like this job better?
Yes, sir.
I mean, he was a candidate, but I don't think he'll take it. I really don't think he'd take it, actually.
Are there any candidates from Wall Street, Mr. President?
Yeah, essentially we're all from Wall Street, aren't we? You know, when you get right down to it, the term Wall Street. Yeah, please.
Yep, you made your tax cuts permanent. You mentioned that the tariffs are bringing in a ton of external revenue. You've opened up markets, the EU, Japan, South Korea, many others, to American goods like we've never seen before. How much growth can we expect in the economy now that this model of yours is sort of beginning to really take off?
Well, I think the growth is going to be unprecedented. I think we're going to have growth that's unbelievable. Now, remember, we're building and just starting to build a lot of these incredible plants. We talked about the electric facilities that we're building, the generating plants, electric generating plants. They're massive, and they're going to be great, and they're going to sell excess electricity into our grid. So we're going to be having much more electricity than we ever had, and those plants are going to be taken care of individually. I know Tim is building one in one of his big factories, but especially for AI because it needs so much electricity. So I appreciate the question very much, and I think the growth is going to be unprecedented.
Mr. President, did you have a phone call with Andrew Cuomo? New York City Did you speak to Andrew Cuomo?
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Mr. President, have you been briefed on what Ghislaine Maxwell told Todd Blanche?
No, I haven't. Have
you
not.
don't know whether
I don't
came
know.
up in the
I know Todd
conversation
is a
or
very
not?
respected person all over the country, all over the world legally, so I don't know.
Mr. President,
Yeah, please go ahead.
will the new Fed governor be temporary?
We're probably going to go with a temp and then a permanent, I think.
Are the two
So the temp is going to be named, I'd say, over the next 2-3 days, and then we're going to go permanent.
Are the two Kevins the leading contenders for the permanent spot for the chair?
Well, the two Kevins? The two Kevins are absolutely, yeah. They're both very good.
Mr. President.
The two Kevins, very good.
Mr. President, is Vice President Vance hosting a gathering this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
Is he working on what?
Is he hosting some kind of gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
I don't know. I could ask you that question. I don't know of it, but I think here's the man right here.
I saw it reported today, and it's completely fake news. We're not meeting to talk about the Epstein situation, and I think the reporter who reported it needs to get better sources.
Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country. And that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit. Okay? Yeah, please.
A new Gallup poll says that Elon Musk is the most unpopular public figure in the country right now. I'm wondering, do you miss having him around the White House, or is that poll accurate?
I don't know if the poll's accurate. I think he's a good person. I think he had a bad moment, really bad moment. But he's a good person. I believe that.
President Trump, are you keeping that 10 and 12-day deadline? China facing potential secondary sanctions for Russian oil. Then having that...
No, John Trump. Nbaza we ni mukunda bukwikiriza abanyamakuru tukabasa kubantu mu interviewing kuko kubiza akana
ekinayenda hati no kugira ngo mbe order mwani mubuza mureke kubuza kuko tutigeze kugira ngo tupikinga mu point rero tubone kugiretera abantu bibi timo kubaza kubuza ngabari kubuza order region niyo ndi kwenda hati at least babanze bahandike ebibuzo bamanye ngo nambeje neji baza kugenda bati kunka buri umwe nagamba yamara kugamba kugaruka mu kibuzo hati bona nibaguruka apana now ekitwano twenda munebe kiyaherukana nacho ebintu tuza kubifa abo kuba bari mune yanageze kugamba uko bari kwenda ku developinga ebintu bitari bimwe na bimwe yagamba ho plant ki AI plant tukumanya ko rije kora yayamba ko nkabona acere
nebintu binja kubana nyuma wazi tubire ntugamba nshogeza
ko investment
so ariyo nahereza abanyamakuru nabahamucisha buze kiri kibakurana ba feeling na bene
nikunda mekintu cyo kugira ngo weta kwenda kutina kamera nagamba
naneshonga za Epstein wawe nazo nareba bazumbuza aho misho aho nibinje bambuza
ko titwaye na mutubimare yoko biri hare munonga ya Elon Musk kureka kinanyenze no kugira ngo bantumwe omuntu yaruga mu office yawe ninga wamubinga ninga wakaje ati na agenda tusigare turi bamwe utakaza kumukurasa ibigambo nora yaje ati I think he's a good person konka
katunga bad moment ine nkuko yananje n'umuntu muro kati ya mugamba ho kuri munonga
eto nico nanyenzire ngo abantu tumanye kugira ngo Elon Musk ko yagenza ari kwecanga akaja tinywe Trump rukora tinko bicenga watana kwenda kuleta kutuma America yaza umumabanja okuyagenzere okubamubuza haci ndecho ondije anaza kuja ati uri ati n'umutumba afite ndetse kumanya
baza we Trump yabasa kubana surprising abo kuba Trump n'umuntu rugambiriri nani mu expecting akuga akabasa kutako cinta Trump is what give buze
yagaruka muje kurunji nko munshije uri kwetegereza umuntu yagenda tukikweta kugira ngo umugaruze nko muntu akwa president ayino gushobora ayina mani ngo kugira ngo nabasa kugambe kigambo oshanga cyama affecting akabe na kigambo konka yagamba me kigambo no bara ayatanikire ubundi bya bitaragenzereje konka yata I think he was and he is a good person so ni byebyo mwikirize turugaha kandi program za Revival TV nizigenda mu misho nitwe naho tubasima munonga ile Musk no not Musk nanza kugamba Trump yebare coordinating aje no company moko Trump Onesimus atukoraje munonga kandi of course kuruga hutwatandikira na nesha hezi ntwatwine binji konko of course bwire na bwine bibabuce munonga twena tubasime
no ahinga horobi
bagwire kumupika
na wabasha kuba nayinuka nitwe ahadakika tana mushanjwe dakikisha tezi kuburayo kubane zikashaha ikumene muri injera ntubarekere
ekiri gito mucishuke ekiri gito ebiro munano kuri na kumwe
mucishayi kaceka
cyakwa kiri massive
togota kitafunikire shara zirabe hariya
okushabirwa okushemererwa
tubahaburwa takuza kutuma umwana
naza kwihikira
naza kuba nayihikira wacayi kaceka mutabura ebro munana
nibyebyo kandi mwenu buzima reka tubasime tubebaze ukuhendera kwande manyowe mwena aba Facebook aba Twitter aba X abari aha TikTok abari aha YouTube yona ya Revival TV
wari ya TV mazima kamera hanganya mahanga abaturindire okisyo guno murundi